it's not like we did this.
2 hours, 2 hours. How is 2 hours not enough time to justify when he just said, how much can you do today and then pay me the rest 25 days from now?
How can you not say, okay, I can do 20 today and the balance
because I was going to see if I could do half. I mean, I could have instantly told you I can do $5,000, but that's not really like you're trying.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't. That's why I understand why you're getting mad. It's been 2 hours. Christmas is coming. Everybody's moving stuff around.
And you didn't think that after saying you'll accept my deal if I can do this, and I asked you, let me see how much I can do. You didn't think it's appropriate to say, hey, can I get an update or can I? 2 hours. I mean, it's the middle of the.
2 hours for you to respond.
It's the middle of the fucking day. I'm at my office. I have clients in front of me, back to back. You don't accept the deal. Listen,
everybody's busy, but you didn't get back to us. It's been 2 hours. It's not like we were unreasonable. Like, oh no, 10 minutes, forget it.
2 hours, and you couldn't send me a text really quick to say, hey, if not, I've got an offer from someone else, or we're going to offer them out. I would have quickly said, you know what? Yeah, sure. Here's 10 grand. Here's 20 grand. You're willing to let me do half the payment 20 days from now, but you couldn't send me a catch-up text after 2 hours? I'm
Anthony,
busy.
You went out of the way to try and give terms on it, and you still didn't respond. That tells me, I was like, okay, well, obviously the cash is jammed up right now. He's got to sell other stuff. Now's not a good time on this.
The whole time I've had clients back to back to back. My phone's been sitting on my desk on the charger while I'm working with a client selling stuff in the store. Protocol would have been, hey, I already told you I'd accept this deal. I gave you an idea on it. Like, that is still an open deal. To go and sell it out from, like, just to go sell it for someone else and just say, hey, I sold it already. Like, that's bullshit. And anyone, and if I call right now and said, hey, he's selling me those watches because we already made a deal, it's going to cause you problems with. And if I put this in the group that this is what's going on, trust me, it's going to cause problems.
Look, we didn't accept the deal. We didn't resolve on a deal. You were trying to get back to see if you could do those terms. You didn't get back with us within 2 hours. What's the time frame that we're supposed to sit here?
You don't accept half of my deal and say, I will accept your deal if you'll do this, and then go sell to someone else. Send the watches. Okay, send them. I'll take the trade. I'll send you $30,000 right now. I'll send you the rest next week.
We've already told you. After 2 hours, we already made a deal somewhere else. We told you that.
Okay.
I mean, how long is 4 hours enough? Is 6 hours? Like, how long are we supposed to sit here?
It's common courtesy. It's fucking common courtesy. That's what it is. You don't accept, listen, you don't accept half of my deal.
And 2 hours waiting for an answer?
2 hours, and you're willing to give me 20 days to fucking pay for it? You don't accept half of my deal and say, I will accept your deal under this stipulation, and then go fucking sell it out from in front of me.
That's a making deal. I don't want to just sell on him. It's a package deal.
Do what sell it. I just told you. You know what happens after this. That is bullshit, and you know it.
It's not bullshit.
If you'd have texted me and said, hey, I'm about to offer this to someone else, and I said, look, I'll wire you this. Have I ever not wired you money or wired anyone when I said I'm going to pay him? Have I ever not honored my terms? Do you think I would have passed? Do you think I would have passed up on terms to pay half that watch off for 20 days from now? Why would I have passed that up?
Okay, then why do you, okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. Exactly, those were great terms. So why didn't you just say, yes, Ethan, I'll give you half now and half in
because I wanted to see how much. I don't want to commit to what I can't do. I want to make sure I can do it.
How many hours are we supposed to wait, Anthony? That's my point.
I literally had clients in front of me.
An hour goes by, 90 minutes goes by. At some point,
okay, so, hey, you know what?
I think that's reasonable.
Okay, you know what? There is not a set time frame. You know what there is? It's fucking common courtesy. I don't care how long goes by. If I make someone an offer or a deal on something, that's a pretty good thing. Before I go sell it, I don't care if it's been 10 minutes. I don't care if it's been 10 minutes or 3 fucking days.
Courtesy, offering the terms, and then you say, give me a minute. 2 hours later, you don't get back.
You know what? I could have just sold one of my Richard Milles and just said, hey, don't worry, I don't need terms. I'll pay you everything right now. You could have texted me that. I was trying to see how much money I can guarantee I can commit to. Common courtesy. You've been sitting there waiting for 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
You've been nothing but just waiting on my answer. So it's out. It's too big of an inconvenience after we've been doing this for 2 days. It's too big of an inconvenience to just send me one more text message. Hey, what's the number? That's too big. You realize I have a store. I'm not sitting at home waiting around for anyone.
I understand. Yes, I understand. You're busy. Yes, all that stuff. 2 hours is what we waited, though, Anthony.
2 hours.
You're getting mad at me.
2 hours, and you've been sitting on those watches for how long? How long have you been sitting on that watch? And now I'm working on a deal with you that I've been working on since yesterday.
For 2 months, I've worn the TBR like 5 times. It's not, the only reason we're moving them out is because it's Christmas time.
We started working on a deal. I went through multiple watches. I reached out to the owner of the watch to make a deal happen, which is $8 grand less than he wanted to take on it for what we had it listed for. I got him down to 50. I'm giving you the watch at 50, which I can sell it for more than that to get this Platinum Daytona because I already have a buyer for it. We've been working on this deal now for going on 2 days. So you're telling me that you reached out to me to sell this watch. Listen, you reached out to me to sell this watch. I've been going back. Overnight, I figured, I worked on it. I got the numbers you wanted. I got numbers that were fair. I said, give me a minute to get a number at how much I can do that. And you couldn't wait for 2 more hours. You said, I will accept your trade offer if you take my TBR. I said, okay, let me see how much, let me see what I can get. And you're telling me that you couldn't just send me one follow-up text, hey, we're going to sell these. If you can't do it, no worries. Listen, I'm just going to end the conversation right now because this is the difference between me and every other dealer in this industry. I have courtesy and integrity, and I follow up with someone when I start a deal. I don't offer the same, listen, I don't offer the same deal to 15 people, and then whoever gets it first. From
when you said, give me a minute, until when we said, hey, we've sold this watch. It was 2 hours. You said, give me a minute. And we waited 2 hours.
Then tell me, then how long after you sent me that offer, how long after that did you message? Exactly how long?
2 hours.
Okay, so for you to offer those watches, you couldn't have the courtesy to text me real quick and say, hey, I'm about to offer these watches out. Do you have a number? You couldn't have sent me that? That one little thing is what separates you from me.
We waited 2 hours. You didn't get back to us.
I'm in my store. I've got clients in front of me, back to back.
Sorry for that, but listen, that doesn't change the facts.
It doesn't change the fact that if you were going to send that, okay, we've established you've waited 2 hours. Now what I also want to establish is the fact that you said, I will take your deal if you will buy this. Okay, here's the terms. We're going to be gracious. I appreciate that. Why in the would I not take those terms? Why would I not take those? Yeah, I want to make sure I have money. I don't mazzal until I know I can pay. I don't mazzal until I know for sure I can pay. And like I just said, I could have just sold a big enough watch.
That's what I'm saying. You never said, oh, man, that's fantastic. I appreciate it. Yes, we have a deal.
What do you think it means when I say, let me see what I can do?
I have to check. Yes, so I'll see what I can do. Give me okay, you know what? If I'm going to be a stickler, you said give me a minute, Anthony. We gave you 2 fucking hours.
And you don't think it's courtesy to send me one message?
Why didn't you get back to us?
I was with clients. I don't know why that's so hard to drill in someone. I had clients. I literally had a client in.
Give me a minute. Like, are we supposed to wait 8 hours?
One simple text message. Hey, I'm about to offer this to. If you can't do it, no worries. One simple message. I would have said, yes, I would have called you right then and said, yes, hey, I've got a client. I'll do it. Let me give you a minute to call you back. But you didn't do that. You just offered it out because now all of a sudden, now that I'm working a deal with you, now, why didn't you offer it yesterday? Why in the world would I go to the trouble of going through my inventory and finding watches that you wanted, getting to prices you wanted, asking my consignee to lower his price so I can get this deal done for the both of y'all? Why would I go to all that trouble and then text you this morning, first thing when I get to my office, and text you that and put an offer together, and then why would I not commit to terms?
You tell me, why did you not commit?
Because I wanted to know exactly, how much money I had to send you immediately.
Hold on. You said exactly the truth. You didn't commit.
No, I did. I offered you the deal. Me offering you the deal is a commitment. I offered you the deal. You said, I'll take the trade if you can buy this watch. I said, let me see what I can do. That means let me see how much money I can come up with. That doesn't mean, all right. Dude, okay. I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm getting off the call. I've got shit to do. You're out of my group. That's it, final. But I'm going to tell you right now, going forward, if you do that to someone else, it's going to cause a lot of problems. And you guys are way too new in this business to be doing that kind of shit, because that's the kind of shit that separates dealers that last from dealers that don't fucking last.
Hold on, he says give me a minute and we wait 2 hours?
You text, okay? It's courtesy. People are fucking busy, okay? You're not the only person I'm talking to.
Of course, people are busy and things got to get moved around, exactly. But I mean, don't sit there and paint me like I'm an asshole, man.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, dude, you didn't offer those watches to last night. You didn't offer those watches this morning. You made a deal with me. I said, give me a minute, and then all of a sudden you got to go offer him. Enjoy it. That's it.
All of a sudden, wait a minute. Now, all of a sudden, 2 hours after after you said, give me a minute, and you don't get back to us. Yeah, 2 hours. That's enough.
There is no time limit. There's a thing called courtesy. And it's the last time. Listen, it's the last time I'm going to tell you what courtesy is. The courtesy is we were working on a deal. I needed a minute to figure out what I can do. It may have been 10 minutes. It may have been 2 hours. It may have been 2 fucking days. The common courtesy thing to do would have been say, hey, Anthony, if you can't do it, no big deal. I'm going to offer him out. One text message. That's the difference between a good dealer and a dealer that's not going to last. You that. You don't start a deal with someone and then just because they take a little bit longer to explain, go sell it to someone else. You say, hey, look, if you can't do it, no big deal. I'm going to move on. But they've been sitting on those fucking watches for 2 months and all of a sudden I'm making a deal. You're out of my fucking group.